Mathematics is the language with which God created the universe. That is according to Galileo Galilei.
These are our feeder, a bird feeder to be specific. These are designed for smaller birds like Maya, dove, lovebirds, which are smaller than domesticated birds, which is chicken. The first one is with 4 holes, kung saan yung kailangang pagkain ay dapat ay nasa 24 cm para lumagpas sa huling butas. The second one is with 6 holes, kung saan yung kailangang pagkain ay dapat nasa 24 cm para rin lumagpas sa huling butas. So here is the first spot where I put the bird feeder, and sad to say, no birds eat the feeds inside or come nearer to the bird feeder. So here is the place where I conduct the experiment. As you can see, the cage is very near the house and the environment is somewhat disturbing because maraming taong dumadaan. There, and there is a sari-sari store.
Now, in graphing a data, we represent height in centimeters x and time elapsed in hours as y. We will going to use the ordered pairs to plot it in a Cartesian plane. But since we don't have a Cartesian plane, we are going to use the blank paper and imagine that it is a Cartesian plane.
Let's graph the data using the Cartesian plane.
Since we're done in graphing the data, as we can see, the graph of the data is linear. Therefore, we are going to use the linear data fitting to solve for the function of the data and to find the value of A and B.
Now let's solve for the first spot for 4 feeding holes. For the summation of x, we have 47. And for the summation of y, we have 22.8. And for the summation of x and y, we have 237.45. And for the summation of x squared is equal to 499. And our n is equal to 7. Now let's use the linear formula. The the matrix of B and A is equal to the matrix of N, summation of x, or the summation of x squared raised to minus 1, and the matrix of the summation of y sub 1, the summation of x and y. Since we're done with the value of the summation of x, y, x squared, we are going to substitute now the value of the matrix using the linear formula. Now we're done substituting the value. Let's proceed now with the discriminant. 1 over AD minus BC, the matrix of D, negative C, negative BA. 1, 7, 499 minus 47 raised to 2, and 499, just substitute negative 47, and 7. This is now the form of the function because the function of x is equal to ax plus b. We just substitute the value of a and the value of b. Now this is the function and the value of a and b in first pots for 6 feeding holes.
As we can see, the result for the actual values doesn't have patterns. For example, the height of the feeder is 19 centimeter and the food were elapsed for 3.04 hours. The second feeder is 16 centimeter and the food were elapsed for 1.56 hours. But on the third feeder, which is 10 centimeter in height, it was elapsed for 6.10 hours. Therefore, the time is unpredictable. It might be increasing or decreasing, doesn't matter if the height of the bird is getting taller or smaller. So there are factors that affects the time elapsed. First, it can be the number of birds. The height of your bird feeder, let's say, is 20 centimeter, and there are only few birds, like 6 birds came to eat, and those 6 wasn't really hungry, so it will take much time to elapse all those food. Let's say they finished eating after 6 hours. On the contrary, Another factor that can affect the time is the level of hungriness. For example, the height of your feeder is 23 centimeter, and the same with the first feeder, only 6 birds came to eat. But this time, the birds are hungry and they elap the food for just 4 hours. If you're going to observe a bird eating, you cannot predict if the bird is hungry without seeing first the result.
Based on the observations that we have conducted, we, the pirates, therefore conclude that the predicted data is somehow related and precise to the actual data. Our model can also be used as an alternative representation of the actual data, dependent of course by the factors that affects the subject. As what has been reported by Ms. Geraldine Samson, the factors include the number of birds, the place, the level of hungriness, the weather condition, and the type of feeds. And it was really clear that the factors really affects the result of the observation. Indeed, our observation is reliable. Hindi katulad niya na unreliable, yung pinapaniwala ka sa kasinungalingan. That's all. Thank you.